friendship that'll never ever end.
So the Firefly Funhouse may be over, but that doesn't mean the theories have to die just yet, because I think we're just on to the next chapter of the Firefly Funhouse, with the puppets showing up backstage on Raw and on SmackDown Live. I think the whole WWE has now become Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse, and I love it. This is something I've really got my teeth into. Really love discussing this and looking at all the different videos. I've watched so much Firefly Funhouse, it is crazy. And you guys seem to love it too. The views and the subscriptions and everything are really insane. So thank you so much for that. I wanted to make this video for you. And to do that, I've literally used so many of your comments. There was over 600. So I'm really sorry if I didn't include yours. I have tried to do like something that a lot of people have said. I've tried to like narrow that down a lot. It's taken me a day to sort through those comments. But we're going to start off right now with a video question.
Hey C, it's Harriet here. So my thought on the whole Firefly Funhouse, I had one question in particular, one thought, is that why does Bray call Abby the Witch a bully, even though he is the one who is keeping her stuck in limbo and won't set her free? It's quite interesting if you think about it.
Now that is interesting because this picture was taken from episode 2 of the Funhouse, and this is the one where Bray was painting the picture, Rambling Rabbit popped up, and then Abby was disturbed, and she told him off. She had a go at Bray Wyatt for disturbing her, and Rambling Rabbit actually ran away from Abby the Witch. So if you'd have asked me then, I would have thought Abby the Witch was the one in control of the Funhouse and Abby the Witch was the one in charge of Bray Wyatt. But obviously we did have that episode later on where she did confirm that she was stuck in limbo, and it was Bray who was holding her in limbo. So ultimately, like, that is two completely separate messages from the Funhouse. But I did read a theory that the Firefly Funhouse is the safe place. Outside the Funhouse was hell, and Abby's only in the window. So is that like the in-between? Is she literally there representing limbo? Now that to me makes a lot of sense. Maybe Bray's holding on to Abby because he doesn't want to let her go. Maybe he feels guilty. Maybe there's something in Bray Wyatt's past where maybe he was the original reason for Abby's death. Maybe, because they are brother and sister, he stepped on her doll or something and he's been upset about it ever since. I've got honestly no idea. I really do hope they answer this because now I really dive into it. I really want to know this now. But now we're going to move on to your comments. Let's start off with WWE SF. Bray Wyatt to debut Monday, July 8th, 2019 on Raw. 6 years later, same date, same day as his original Bray Wyatt debut on the main roster. I think so. I think it could be that he debuts on July 8th. I actually hope it's not. I hope it just keeps going for a few more weeks. I know a lot of people want this debut to happen, but ultimately, I don't want it to be rushed. I don't want it to be rushed. There's so much more that WWE could do that I feel like they'd miss out if they didn't do it. It doesn't matter if Bray debuts on this date. This is just a fan theory, obviously. What would you say is more evil, this or the other previous gimmick from JJ Productions? I'm going to say this, but it is hard to judge because we haven't seen it yet. For all we know, the Fiend could be a massive pushover. We literally don't know too much yet. I highly doubt he will be, but we don't know yet. I love Bray's old character and his old gimmick, but this new one really interests me because it's developed. Chad says, will Bray wrestle with the Fiend's face or his own? So many questions. There is so many questions, dude. I don't know. I think we could see him wrestle as Firefly Funhouse Bray Wyatt. And then when he needs to wear the Fiend's mask, maybe the Fiend just appears out of nowhere. Maybe the Fiend just lights out, boom, Bray's the Fiend. How does that happen? We have no idea. We're not supposed to know. Now, Joe Bell says the pink letters spell lion. If you don't know, on the original sign of the Firefly Funhouse, it does say lion. We did say this on a video, that the lion theory could be that lion means king of the jungle. And lions, therefore, is the king, is the leader, and you follow the leader. Robert says, who was that knocking on Aleister Black's door? Could it be Bray Wyatt? Now, I'm interested in the Aleister Black storyline. They just hasn't really gone anywhere really yet really this week on SmackDown with that knock on the door is the first big development. I don't think it's Bray. I don't want it to be Bray, I should say more. Mainly because I don't want either of them to lose. There is a big rumour at the moment that it's going to be Aleister Black versus Cesaro at Extreme Rules. I haven't seen if that's confirmed or anything, so I don't know. But I don't think it's going to be Bray. I think WWE can't afford to give any of these superstars a big loss this early into bringing them back. Both of these should be main eventers. Yes, down the road they're going to clash. Yes, down the road they should absolutely obliterate each other. But right now they shouldn't be. They really shouldn't. I wouldn't mind seeing Bray Wyatt and Aleister Black end in a double no contest where they both knock each other out. They just wear each other down that much. I think that'd be pretty cool. But not for the first feud. Let's go to another video.
Hello, C Wrestling's YouTube channel. My name is Zach. You may know me as Star Wars Clash. If you do, and you might not. I've been told to say about 30 seconds of the Bray Wyatt Farley Funhouse situation, so I'm going to say I believe it might have something to do with Eric Rowan and Daniel Bryan. They've been very apart from each other, but if you remember, Eric Rowan, Bray Wyatt, Luke Harper, I don't know what Luke Harper is, I think he left, were a Wyatt family. I think Daniel Bryan could possibly replace Luke Harper and they form back the Wyatt family. And it'd be pretty disappointing, I think, if it happened. Or it could be much better. I don't know. It could just attack them or something. Or maybe he kills Sister Abigail.
A few good points there from Stylist Clash. Now, the first thing to talk about is Luke Harper. He's not released from the WWE that we know about. Last time we heard, he actually had more time added to his contract as a punishment, if you will, for asking for his release from the WWE. Now, honestly, at the time, I thought that was a really asshole thing to do for the WWE. But on the other side, if they've invested this time, money into the Bray Wyatt character with the plan that Luke Harper's going to play a role in that, I can understand why WWE doesn't want to release him. Because they've invested a whole lot of time writing the script, writing the characters, etc. Why would you then want one big person of that to go? So maybe there is a good theory there that maybe this could be something to do with the reformation of a Wyatt family. We did see Huskus behind Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan on SmackDown. It was SmackDown. So it's possible that Bray's watching them, but he's also watching a lot of other people as well. So in that theory, possibly not. Again, I think it could be okay if the Wyatt family reformed. However, I feel like if they did it, the fans wouldn't accept it as much as they do The Fiend. Because The Fiend is new, it's exciting, it's fresh. The old Wyatt family got very stale, very boring. They reformed it a couple of times, and it just didn't feel the same as back down in NXT. That's the honest truth. Now, back to some more comments. We're going to start off with Damian Wyatt, because I don't know if he's actually related to Bray, so I thought I'd better include him in this video. If WWE is smart, and they aren't, but if they were, they can say the Funhouse puppets have taken over the show and have been doing so for a while, thus the low ratings and nonsensical goings-on as of late, until they get to a point where they literally are seen in the control room, running cameras, sat in commentary, sat at Gorilla, etc., and all awaiting the coming of the Fiend to take over. Honestly, that sounds brilliant to me. Absolutely brilliant. There has been a massive drop in WWE ratings. Why not blame the puppets? Why not just laugh it off and blame puppets? And then now you've done this whole new executive director thing with Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. Start picking up the show again. Now the puppets aren't running the show. That makes perfect sense. And again, from a storyline point of view, from like a general casual viewer's point of view, that would make sense. Now, you got Dan Coon saying, can Ramblin' Rabbit pin R-Truth to become the new 24/7 champion? Causing Truth to enter the Funhouse to get it back. So many people. Honestly, I've had about 40 comments saying Ramblin' Rabbit needs to be 24/7 champion. Yeah, why not? I think it'd be a new comedy element to the title and to the show. Why not? I think that would be pretty funny, actually. Maybe the Rambling Rabbit loses it to Huskus the Pig, and then maybe Abby the Witch pins him in the fun. Honestly, could you imagine that? Correct me if I'm wrong, but Bray Wyatt's new gimmick is some sort of psychopath? I think so. This comes from Jesus Lopez, and I really do think so. David Roman, is it just me, or do the clouds in the intro look like the logo? A little bit, maybe a little bit. I think, to be fair, it's just a graphic. I think that's couldn't mean anything, even if it was just whited out that. Shot of Whiskey says, I think Huskus was watching Brian because he's a vegan. That is definitely WWE's sense of humour. Let's be honest. It really is. Brilliant. So guys, honestly, that was just a selection of comments. There were so many. And I thank you guys for that. If maybe we do a part 2 to this, I don't know. But let me know your thoughts again, as always, in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Peace!